Greetings class, Professor Natalie here to bring us into Module 2 of our journey. This week we are covering HR's role in workplace planning, recruiting, diversity and inclusion, and the role of mindfulness in it all. Best practices for effective in HR management involves HR having a central leadership role in sustainability. So what is sustainability? Simply put, it's the viability of the company to maintain a competitive advantage in the market, to determine what to change, when to change, and to keep the customers engaged. Here's a shout out to Bermain in class, who works in a retail-oriented establishment. It's like moving clothing around on the floor in retail in order to capture returning customers' attention and interest, to add new visuals. For those working in social services and education, it is knowing what issues need addressed, when to modify your approach, where the funding is, and how to get it for new goals. Okay, sustainability is about keeping ahead of the curve. Exploring the material this week to determine what you see HR doing to assist with social responsibility and its relationship to sustainability these days. As we talk about strategy, I've seen people get hung up on what the word really means. It can be hard to wrap your head around the idea if you've been in mostly operational and tactical frontline roles. I know it was hard for me until I got into some strategic positions. Strategy means planning, being both mindful and visionary. Strategic HR management is using HR practices to get or maintain a competitive advantage. Therefore, connecting what HR does to what the business wants to do, the vision and the goals, is essential to viability and sustainability. As we start the first part of HR and the employee life cycle, we have workforce planning. HR must plan and forecast the supply and demand of human beings as resources. I know some of us have a problem with thinking of humans as resources. So how do we do that? The SWOT analysis, as we all know in business, really is useful, and it's used by executives in planning. It's really how they think. We also look at the external workforce, the availability specifically, and the skill sets available. We couple this with evaluation of our internal workforce availability through several techniques, including job audits and organizational and employee evaluation. Figure out what we have and how we can move them through the organization. Now we move on to mindfulness, a core value here at Claremont Lincoln, and one that can play a vital role in organization success or their sustainability. So what is mindfulness? You're going to read a lot about it, but it's about being present in the moment, listening to understand and not to respond. It's about empathy. Okay, it's about putting ourselves in other situations and then making decisions that bring good, not harm. Okay, please review this week's reading on the topic and integrate what you learn in the discussion on diversity and sustainability, and also in your learning reflection paper. It's not really a paper, but in your quiz-like assignment. The next part of the module, Module 2, is on the subject of diversity. Diversity is not just part of hiring and promoting. It starts with our evaluation of the workforce planning part, what is in the market and what do we have in the company, then progresses through every part of HR strategic work. And diversity is more than standard race, color, religion, gender, etc. that are part of protected classes and our affirmative action efforts. We need people from different areas of the country, of the world, different socioeconomic backgrounds, as all of it contributes to different ways of thinking and fresh ideas and perspectives. So, review the reading. There's a great article from the Society for Industrial Organizational Psychology, SIOP, which is what we consider the mother profession of HR, the arm that conducts most of the scientific research for us. Read about top-down and bottom-up techniques for diversity, along with social identity theory and how it contributes to the workplace and our inclusion efforts. And then weave in what you learn from this and the other material about the history of diversity and lessons learned from the Katz and Miller article as we discuss the topic in the forum. So what do we have on deck for assignments? Assignments for the week include a discussion about workforce diversity and its impact on an organization, the operation, the practices, productivity, profitability. These are all parts of being sustainable, right? You will also be completing your first learning reflection. The link's in the module. And so make sure to read my announcement about some of the expectations and how to be successful and what you include in that. As always, if you have any questions at all, please reach out to me via email is preferable, or text. If you do text, tell me who you are when you text, please. I do have office hours on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, but don't wait, okay? You can always email me to schedule a phone call. Email me with your actual question. And I'm one of those who don't answer unfamiliar numbers on my phone, so please leave me a message if you choose to call, or better yet, email me. All right, so enjoy the week, everybody.